everybody, Dr. T here. Today we are going to discuss 11 facts about domestic and dating violence and child abuse from DoSomething.org. It's a global movement of millions of young people making positive change and hoping to build a better world. Some of this information you have heard before, but it bears repeating. Domestic and dating violence is a pattern of controlling behaviors that one partner uses to get power over the other, including physical violence or threat of physical violence to get control, emotional or mental abuse, and sexual abuse. 85% of domestic violence victims are women, which means 15% are males. 1 out of 4 women and 1 out of 9 of men worldwide will experience domestic and dating violence in their lifetime. Women between the ages of 20 to 24 and men between the ages of 18 to 24 are at the greatest risk of becoming victims of domestic violence. Domestic violence is most likely to take place between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. The costs of domestic violence amount to more than $37 billion a year in law enforcement involvement, legal work, medical and mental health treatment, and lost productivity at companies. As many as 324,000 women each year experience intimate partner violence during their pregnancy. Boys who witness domestic violence are 2 times as likely to abuse their own partners and children when they become adults. Domestic violence is the leading cause of injury to women, more than car accidents, muggings, and rapes combined. Half of all homeless women and children in the U.S. are fleeing from domestic violence, and there is no exact amount for homeless men fleeing from DV. Every 9 seconds in the U.S., a woman is assaulted or beaten, and a man roughly every 38 seconds. In 60% to 80% of intimate partner homicides, no matter which partner was killed, the man physically abused the woman before the murder. The following information is about child abuse. It's estimated that at least 1 in 7 children in the U.S. has experienced child abuse and or neglect in the past year. Neglect is the most common form of child abuse, followed by physical abuse, sexual abuse, and psychological abuse. In 2018, about 16% of children who were abused experienced more than one kind of maltreatment. Boys and girls experience similar rates of childhood abuse, 48.6% and 51% respectively. Rates of child abuse and neglect are 5 times higher for children in families with low socioeconomic status compared to children in families with higher socioeconomic status. Children younger than 1 year old are the most vulnerable to maltreatment, accounting for almost half of the child fatalities from abuse in 2018. In 2018, 76% of child abuse perpetrators were a parent to their victim. And in the same year, 62% of children placed in foster care were removed from their homes due to abusive neglect, totaling over 160,000 children. Children who experienced any form of violence in childhood have a 13% greater likelihood of not graduating from high school. Adult survivors of childhood abuse are more likely to experience mental health difficulties, including depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, PTSD, eating disorders, and substance use disorders. Adult survivors of childhood abuse are more likely to engage in high-risk behaviors like smoking, alcohol and drug use, and unsafe sex. They're also more likely to report overall lower health than those who haven't experienced childhood abuse. Think about these points the next time you see anyone, especially a child, being abused. The point of DoSomething.org is to make a change in the world and actually do something instead of watching it happen, ignoring it, and doing nothing. I have included the link to DoSomething.org in the bio. Abuse will continue happening until we all stand up and do something. It is time for domestic violence and the abuse to stop. If you or someone you know is in an abusive situation, call the National Helpline at 1-800-799
SAFE or text START to 88788. Everyone deserves a healthy relationship.